When you made the decision to come into these magnificent bodies, into this time-space reality, you knew that the variety that surrounds you would bring forth from you, help you focus new desire, continuing new desire, all day, every day, new desires. It's what the evolution of all species is about. Life causing awareness of improvement, personal improvement. You are all selfishly oriented. That's a good thing, because you see only through the perspective of self. And while you are influenced by those who surround you, by what surrounds you, still your relationship with all of that is mostly fired by your personal preferences. And so as you mix together one with another in a sort of collaborative, cooperative, sometimes you don't feel like it's so cooperative, but it always is. As you bounce off of one another, you are constantly coming to these conclusions of what you prefer. And those preferences, those desires, emanate from you in a vibrational way. Most humans do not realize that they are vibrational in nature first and foremost. You live in a vibrational universe. Everything is vibration. And the law of attraction is managing those vibrations. In very short explanation, you get what you think about. You get what you vibrationally project. And what you vibrationally project is about what you focus upon. So what you focus upon is, in essence, what you are broadcasting. It's how you send your signal. It's also how you then establish your point of attraction, because what you broadcast and therefore vibrate is what your point of attraction is. And so law of attraction is matching you with things that match the signal that you are offering. Most people don't realize that they're offering a signal. Most people are so good at translating vibrations through sight. Your eyes are translating vibration. That's why you see sound and so forth. Your physical senses are all translators of vibration. And so as you are doing that unconsciously or obliviously, not being aware that you are a vibrational being transmitting vibrational signals and receiving vibrational signals, sometimes you don't really know what you're doing. Life feels hard to you because you're sending out signals that you don't even know you're sending out, and getting back responses that you don't understand. And then you want to give somebody else the credit or the blame for what's happening to you, when really you create your own reality, because what you are broadcasting and what you're receiving are always perfectly vibrationally matched. So once you begin to understand that, once you get the hang of that, once you realize that you are broadcasting and receiving, and that you have control over what you broadcast, then life begins to be really fun, because it's exactly as you intended it to be. How nice it is to be able to stand in a moment, take it all in, decide what you prefer, observe it, pick your best parts from it, offer more vibration about the best parts and less vibration about the not best parts, and continually improve your experience. It's important to understand that you have a guidance system within you. You were born with it, and it is vibrationally based. And in the same way that your five senses are interpretations of vibration, your emotions are the most important interpretation of vibration. And the reason that your emotions work in the way that they do is because the vibration of you, as you are focused here in this moment, is always playing off of the vibration of who you really are, the larger non-physical part of you. So you were non-physical, you were source energy before you came into this body, but the larger part of you remains still non-physically focused. And that larger part of you has a vibrational presence in your life experience. Such an important presence. It's like a touchstone. It's like an anchor, if you will. It's a signal that you can never be released from, nor would you want to be, because it is helping you to understand the continuation of all that you are being right here and now in this moment. So that non-physical part of you, that pure positive energy part of you, that part of you who has taken in all that you have become through all that you have lived, that whole of you, that soul of you, that source of you, that non-physical energy is constantly broadcasting. And law of attraction is constantly responding to that broadcast. Now hear this. So as your inner being or soul or source, whatever you want to call that non-physical part of you, is offering a signal, law of attraction is responding to that signal. The question is, how different is the signal that you're broadcasting right now? So you were source energy, you came into this physical body, that source energy part of you remains, here you are in this physical body, and you are sifting and sorting through life, knowing what you don't want and knowing what you do want. And every time you identify a preference, something that you do want, a desire, you launch that vibrational rocket, so to speak. It's a vibrational frequency, and this source energy part of you becomes that new, amended version. For example, if you don't have enough money, you ask for more. And the source energy part of you begins immediately to broadcast a signal of more prosperity. If you are feeling gimpy or limpy or uncomfortable in your body, in that not wellness, you ask for more wellness, and that non-physical part of you immediately becomes the wellness that you have asked for, that you have specifically carved out. And law of attraction responds to that vibrational beingness. But what happens so often, because you don't really realize that you are vibrational beings, is that you launch the rocket of desire, but so often you stay focused in the absence of the very desire that you've launched. In other words, something caused you to ask for more, but it seems easier for most of our human friends, dear hearts that you are, to focus upon where you are instead of where you want to be. Almost everyone offers most of their vibrational signal, or gives most of their vibrational attention, gives most of their attention, and therefore broadcasts most of their vibration based upon what they are observing, based upon what is. So if what is lacking in some way, if what isn't pleasing you in some way, if what is less than what you want in some way, and that's what you're giving your attention to, then you keep broadcasting a signal that is different from what you've asked for. So in order to help you to understand more fully how this works, we began talking about this vibrational reality that you have created. Now, most of you don't want to hear about the vibrational reality. We even gave it a name. It's your vortex. It's this vortex that is spinning and attracting, and the source within you is standing within it, and everything that you've asked for is being summoned by the nature of the focus of your inner being to you. But the question is, where are you in relationship to it? In other words, if you're beating the drum of not enough of something that you've asked for, and source is calling what you've asked for to this vibrational reality, then you're holding yourself apart, often without even meaning to, from the very things that you're asking for. And that is the reason, the only reason, that you ever feel negative emotion. Ever. Because you have become something vibrationally that you are not allowing yourself to consistently be. And when the negative emotion is present, it means right now, this red hot minute, while the negative emotion is present, you are, by virtue of what you are focused upon, giving your attention to, whether it's the past or the present or even anticipating the future, doesn't matter what you're thinking about, whatever it is has a frequency, and the question is, does it match the frequency of source about the exact same subject? So what we're saying to you is, You have never been alone. You've always had this cadre of non-physical energy focused upon you, focused with you, rooting for you, but always rooting for what you want and never empathizing or sympathizing with where you are in opposition to what you want. The reason you feel negative emotion is because your emotions are your gauge. They are your meter that lets you know the relationship between the frequency of who you really are and who you are allowing yourself to be right here, right now, this red hot minute. So this vibrational reality, it is the precursor for all wonderful things that you are asking for. It's this precursor. It is the beginning of. It is the vibrational basis of what will manifest next. Jerry, Esther's beloved, departed, although not really, made his transition a while back, wanted to write a book called Turning Thoughts to Things, because he knew that something was going on, that the thoughts were becoming a reality, but how was what he always wanted to know. And so this basis of conversation, much of it in response to the questions that he asked, we want you to understand that there is this vibrational reality that you have created, and the source within you is standing there, emanated a signal and calling to that point of attraction all cooperative components for whatever it is you've asked for. No limits, nothing off limits. Here is this vibrational reality. So when we talk to you about this vibrational reality, about this vortex of attraction, often you go along with us a little while. In other words, it sort of makes sense to you that you were something before you were this, and that maybe you might even still be that something even though you are this. And so then we want to explain to you that that non-physical part of you is offering this constant signal, and you can feel your relationship to it. This vibrational part of you, this vortex, contains all that you've asked for. We wrote a whole book about it to help you to understand the vibrational reality that you are creating, that you have access to. But you've got to find some way to get yourself consistently, not sporadically, consistently in the frequency of what you've become, of the source within you, of your desires, of your hopes and dreams. You've got to vibrate there if you want them to manifest, because there is a buffer of time between the vibrational reality and the full manifested reality. And that buffer of time, the length of it, is completely up to you and your willingness to focus in ways that feel good to you. So this vibrational reality, this vortex, we would say to you, you've put that in the vortex and that and that. The lovers you want are there. The money you want is there. The prestige, the improved work environment, the happiness, everything that you want is already a vibrational reality. You can't see it yet or hear it yet or smell it or taste it or touch it because it hasn't manifested so that you can observe it with your physical senses, but you can feel it with your emotional senses, and that's the key. You want to tune yourself to feeling it frequently enough, consistently enough, that it then is allowed by you to manifest.